2023 comes around, and what are you thinking? Do you sign up for everything right away, or are you just like, how does 23 approach? What's your plans at the
No,
beginning of the
so
year? Here's my question, Jason, that I'm getting at is, were you already going, I want to do this distance then, I want to do this distance then? Was that all planned out? Or did this kind of develop over a period of a couple of years, this goal to get to 100 miles?
was gonna say it's just kind of been like this gradual build of just I keep pushing myself and seeing, what my new limit is. So yeah, after Storm the Bluff, I was, going into the holiday season. It's like, all right, well, what do I want to do next year? And the next logical distance was a marathon, but I didn't want
Yeah.
to do a road marathon.
Right.
And so I'm like digging around, and there was really nothing, trail marathon distance around. And I stumbled across Zumbro, and I was like, 34 miles. I bet I could do that. And so, yeah, like January 1st rolled around. I think I registered for Zumbro like the second or third and got to training. And I remember I had posted on one of the Facebook groups, that I was signed up for Zumbro, and if anyone had um, any good suggestions or tips, tricks,
Yeah.
whatever. And it was Mandy again chimed in. She was like, "Lots of climbing," and I was like, "Okay, yeah, no problem." Oxbow's got some nice hills, so I just did that.
Yep.
Yeah, April rolled around, and I got so humbled by Zumbro. I mean, those climbs out
Right.
there were just nasty, and that was the year that it was super muddy and icy too.
I hate it. I hate heat. I absolutely hate it. So you get done
So
under 8 hours. Are you like, oh crap, I got to run the next day? Or how are you feeling? I would have been like, with that heat, I would have been like, nah, I'm done. This is enough. I proved myself.
no, I was actually feeling pretty good. Went and had dinner and stretched,
Okay.
and once I got cooled down, I was feeling good. The next morning
Okay.
was noticeably cooler, so I was just going to take advantage of the cool weather in the morning, and I
Yeah.
did like a 2:36 for that half marathon.
Dude, this is a back of the pack, podcast. You're killing it. 236, very nice, especially after running a hot 50K the day before. You said in your notes, so the Big Eddy challenge, you run them
Mhm.
both. There wasn't that many competitors, was there?
No, there was me and one other guy that was signed up to do the actual challenge. And so I
Yeah,
was like, all right, guaranteed second place. I'm
there you go.
set for it. I finished the half marathon, and the race director's there, and he's got like this big wooden engraved like plaque that's got my name on it and it says Big Eddy
Holy
Challenge
crap.
finisher. And I was like, oh,
Yeah,
this is awesome. I was like, so I got second place. He's like, no, you got first place. The other dude almost had to go to the hospital the day before for heat stroke.
you're kidding. You've got first place.
I did. They
Go
stopped
ahead.
doing the Eddy Challenge. They just moved all the races to Saturday. So it was just that one
Huh?
year. So I am the undisputed Big Eddy Challenge
You
finisher.
are the one and only Big Eddy Challenge winner.
Yep.
Did they call you in the house at home? Does the wife and kids call you Big Eddy sometimes?
No, I mean they should, but
I kind of like that nickname, Big Eddy. I might have to put that on the episode title somewhere.
I hit 50K at like 6:09. So I mean I was pacing
You're
really, really well.
flying. You didn't even stop. I had such a bad time last year. I was having bathroom breaks. Well, it's on the podcast. I had some issues and I was having bathroom breaks every lap. I was like, I need the outhouse. I need the outhouse. You weren't even stopping in between laps at that pace. You were just flying, right?
No, I was pretty. I mean, I had my own little tent and my own little aid station set up. My dad was there crewing for me.
Yeah.
And so pretty much every 10 miles or so, I would stop and refill water and grab more gels or whatever I needed. But yeah, I was trying to just keep going as much as possible.
You weren't messing around. You were going for speed. And
Yep.
um you didn't come in first place, but you came in second.
I did come in second.
Who beat you? Who beat you? Who got more
There's
miles?
this other guy that was out there and he was running for charity. He was trying to do 100K.
Oh,
He
okay.
came up a little bit short. I think his official mileage was like 59 something. Um, but the funny part was, I thought he was running as part of a team. And so I
Oh,
was chasing after this other guy that I thought was in the lead. And at one point, he stopped. I got ahead of him, and I'm like, oh my God, I think I'm in first place. So I just hammered down there, and like I got like a full
yeah.
lap on him. And I'm like, I I just set the cruise control and had to finish it out, and then I'd like get done, and I realized that I wasn't first place, but it was a great
Wow.
motivator to think I was.
Yeah, yeah. I've that is crazy. Second place. Yeah, you average 12-minute miles all day long.
Pretty much, yeah.
Could you have imagined when you run that first 5K on the treadmill with the iFit app going in the background and we got what's her name with the rabbit ears doing the hippity hop and you're doing
Right.
12-minute miles at that point did you imagine I'm going to be able to do this for 11 hours straight?
I honestly didn't even think I was going to ever do anything beyond doing another 5K at that point. So,
And that's like a year and a half later. This is so crazy. So the day arrives. You've got so your dad is your crew. You've got
yep.
your kid is pacing you for seven. Has Paxton run 17 miles? Is he ready for this?
I brought him out to Zumbro just to kind of show him the course. We actually parked at the Iron Bridge and did
Okay.
a practice run on like the
Yeah.
far side of the bridge.
Okay.
So I think that day we clocked in like 13 miles almost.
Okay.
Or no, it was, I don't know, yeah, 12-ish miles or so on that side. So he knew the bad part of Zumbro. So,
Okay. That's
so
good.
he knew
I
the crap
didn't.
to expect.
The sand
um,
coulee, the pit of
yeah,
despair, as I
yep,
call it. Did he
yep,
see that?
yep,
Oh
yeah. We walked
God,
through the
that's
beach, as I
crazy.
call it. Yep.
All right. All right, so you
But
got
yeah,
everything ready. You've got all of your gear ready. You're ready to
mhm.
go. Um, are you? What's your? This is intriguing to me. You didn't sleep at all, right? You did 32 hours straight without sleeping, or did you nap?
No naps, no nothing, just straight through.
My wife will tell you I have a hard time staying awake for 12 hours. So
Um,
okay.
and so then I was able to just go my own pace. I settled in. I came in that first lap, still feeling really fresh. I think it was under 4.5 hours for that first lap, which was my goal was to keep everything like 5 hours or less
I
for each lap because I was shooting for a 30-hour finish.
I have all of your times here. I'm no dummy. Lap one, 4 hours and 4 minutes. It was a 14 minute, 23-second mile pace. Pretty
Okay.
damn fast. I struggled. Well, I had a knee blowout, but still, even with a good knee, to get like around 5 hours would have been all I could do. So that's pretty damn fast. Yeah. So the first lap goes through. And your dad is crewing you. Is he staying at the start finish, or is he showing? Is that
Yeah, he
pretty
was
much
just
where he's
bouncing around at the start
start
finish. He
finish?
was making
Okay.
friends with all the other crew and all the other
Yeah.
people that were camping next to us. He was just having the time of life. He's a social butterfly type, so yeah, he was just having
Love
a good
it.
old time. Every time I'd
Love
come
it.
in, he was like, "Oh yeah, I talked to so and so over here," and it's like, "That's great. I just need to refill my water bottles and get
I
out of
need you
here."
to refill my stuff, Dad. Come on. He doesn't get a blister, folks. Spoiler alert. We'll get to that. So you're on lap three. This now it's starting to get nighttime, right? In lap three
Yeah,
is when it starts to
I
get
have
dark.
them
Your
with
first
me.
night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lap three was amazing. As the temperature started dropping, I kind of got that second wind. Like I said, I was trying to get to the top of the one outlook, so I called my family real quick,
Yeah.
and like I killed that climb going up that thing. Made it up there in probably record time of any of my runs ever. We got up
Wow.
there and was able to call them quick, and then finished it out at the end of lap three, so 52-ish miles. Then I was able to pick up my first pacer. My buddy Chris came over
You
and
you got him last minute. I saw you on Strava. You're like, "Hello, I need a." Did you have somebody planned and that dropped out, or how did you get? Who was going to be your pacer, or did you just never have one in mind for laps 4 and 5?
no, so when I originally, I don't know, one of my first Strava posts where I'd mentioned that I was signed up for the Zumbro 100, had a guy reach out to me. His name is Jared, and he was going to put his name in for the lottery for Superior 100. So
Oh,
he's
okay.
like, "I want to pace you for a couple laps, just good training run." I was like, "Sweet." He's done Zumbro before, so he knew the course.
Okay.
So I was like, "Yeah, absolutely, come on down." And then he had an injury that pulled him
Oh,
out last
okay.
minute,
All right.
so that was when I made the one my
Yeah.
desperately seeking pacer on Strava.
Well, folks, he was so desperate. I think he even was considering me at one point. I'm like, oh my God, the world is ending. He's so desperate. He's reached out to me.
um, Mentally, I was really starting to struggle on lap five, and my whole mantra for lap five is, I'm going to finish this, as I never want to come out here again. If I DNF, I'm going to have to come out here and do this again. And I never
Yep.
want to come out here and do this again. So I'm finishing
Yep.
this damn thing. And
Yep. There you go.
that was my mantra for lap five.
It's the Barkley Marathon's mantra. I was listening to a podcast the other day by Gary Robinson. He's like, there's that point where it's like, I just have to frickin' finish this thing so I never have to come here again and do it.
Yep.
So lap 5 is let's get this done so I don't ever have to see Zumbro again. So that's lap 5. You get through that. You haven't slept at all. Are you hallucinating at this point? I mean, what's your
No,
mental
I was
state?
very disappointed. I was really, really hoping for some hallucinations, but nothing came. I thought I was at one point, like it was
Yeah.
dark and we're going through the woods, and I looked kind of off to my right, and it looked like a really big like bunny. But
Yeah.
then I realized that it actually was just a tree stump that had like two little like broken off
Oh.
points that kind of made it look like ears. And I was like, oh, that's sad. I was like really hoping that I was gonna like get some good hallucinations. That was like my thing. And
Sorry. Well, that's fine. I'm sure, you know. He finished in 32 hours exactly on the
yep,
button.
yep,
Pay no attention to his Strava file, which shows another 15 minutes where he didn't shut his watch off. You crossed the line exactly at 32 hours. Exactly.
yep.
In 0 seconds. And the cutoff is what, Jason? It's 34?
34. Yep. So I
Okay.
had a couple
So
hours to
were
spare.
you, that last lap, you weren't worried about missing the cutoff. You were just like, I'm going to go out there with Paxton and just enjoy this. Or what are you thinking that last lap as you start it with
I was gonna
Pax?
say, going into that last lap, I mean, I knew that I had it. It was kind of the victory lap, the saying farewell to my villains out there, all those stupid climbs and the sand, and so it was just checking off boxes. Like, all right, done with this first climb. All right, done with the second climb. Done with these stupid sand. Um, but yeah, no,
It's the
my
worst.
actual like motivator to like keep me really pushing was just to be able to get down to lacrosse and be able to see my daughter do her gymnastics. 'Cause
You're
I
a
knew
good
I wasn't
dad.
going to hit that 30-mile or that 30-hour mark, but I was like doing the math. I'm like, all right, they don't start till like 4:30, so as long as I can, be done by like 32 hours, I can still make it down there, and maybe I'll miss just like a little bit of the beginning, but
Dude, you're
so.
running 100 miles. I mean, you're a dedicated dad. I get it, but my God, don't you need to sleep too afterwards?
I napped in the truck on the way down.
Do you have a place where you keep all of your medals and bibs and stuff like
I
that?
got a really nice, metal and bib display thing. It's like a big metal rack
Okay.
that my wife got me for, I
Nice.
think it was Christmas one year. But I've got that out in the garage. So I've got
Nice.
that. It's got all of my bibs and all my medals. I've got a couple posters that my daughter's drawn me that they were holding up
Oh,
at different races. I've got my Eddie plaque up above that as well.
very nice.
So
Should be prominent. The one and only
Yep.
Undisputed
Yep.
Big Eddy Challenge winner.
Got my iFit
uh,
flag next to it.
I got an iFit flag too, man. I should have put it up tonight. I got the Ducati flag flying tonight, like always. That's too funny.
Right.
Hey, here's a question: what do you do with your bibs? I've got all these bibs. I just roll them up and put them into a jar. Do you like have them? You like put them on a poster? What are we supposed to do with our bibs, Jason?
The metal rack that I have actually has like um little like sheet protectors.
Yeah.
And you just slide the bib into one of those, and then it just hooks onto the thing,
Do
and
they
so you
just
can
go
see.
like in front of each other?
Yep.
Right.
So my most
All
recent
right.
bib is always the one that's most prominent, and it's got two
Here's what I'm.
sides. So I've got one side that's dedicated to road. I've got another side that's dedicated to trail, and
Wow. Here's what I'm thinking. Tell me if I'm crazy. This is what I want to do with all my bibs is I want to get a toilet roll dispenser and then wind them up, sew them back to back and wind them up like a roll of toilet paper and you can just then you were at this race and that race. That's my idea for my bibs because especially at Zumbro because that's all it's worth because I didn't make it the second time around.